Interviews. As a kid, Daniel Vayon, used to enjoy when I would watch Mean Gene Okerlund or Tony Schiavone do what we used to refer to when I was a kid as interviews. And what I like about the MW or the Merriam Webster app, as well as the website, so you can take something like interview and look it up to know the best way of defining it. And usually an interview is like a job interview. However, when you watch boxing slash kickboxing slash mixed martial arts or any other sport of that manner, because boxing, mixed martial arts, kickboxing, and karate, or any form of martial arts there is considered a combat sport. So when you look at it in that way, you realize that interviews is another way of saying just somebody talking about either themselves or person they're working with or things like that. And one of the biggest things about pro wrestling for people that don't follow wrestling is it's all about what what your on-screen character is about. And a lot of times it may even be inspired by things that have happened in real life. So in so for about a decade before I decided I wanted to be a manager in wrestling, I started looking online. Not started, let me restate that. I would read um, news websites, which sometimes are affectionately known, sarcastically using that word, as dirt sheets. Because for some reason, when fans are on news sites, they use it to criticize companies they don't like. So that's why it's usually called a dirt sheet. But I started reading words like promo. And when you think about it, promo is perfect because they are promoting themselves and they are promoting their opponent and the event they're at and the entire company as a whole. So that's like the reason why I think they said interview for so many years was because of the fabric of kayfabe being to make everything look real. So when they start calling it entertainment, I mean, openly calling it that, and calling it kayfabe, calling it promo, things like that, that's when I believe it was harder for fans to watch it. That's why when you see companies like Ring of Honor or Total Nonstop Stop Action or recently the second big company in wrestling today, which is All Elite Wrestling. When you see companies like that and illustrate the classic way to cut a promo, that's why it was so big for so many years, and it's still big. It still is big to a degree, but the foundation of AEW which was Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega were the four men mainly responsible for AEW, because those were the men in Japan that said they wanted to change the wrestling world. And that's what All Elite was from, and you can see that when you play the video game. And so this is the way I would explain cutting a promo. This is how I would suggest other people, if they want to be a manager or if they want to be a wrestler for that matter. And I saw this on a video, and I even did some been counseled about this on Facebook Messenger with Rodney Mack, who used to be in the WWE in the mid 2000s, and he came back for a short time with the when they tried to revive ECW on TV, and he told me, and even did a thumbs up emoticon on Facebook Messenger, to go for practicing recording myself do promos. So when I realized a promo, especially if you're just practicing to familiarize yourself with talking for your character, how you want your character to appear. Now, there are some things we do kind of get overly invested in preparing, and that is thinking about clothes you want to wear. Well, even though that's important, some people may not even get through the tryout. So it's not just the clothes you wear. You have to make sure that you have the endurance if you want to be in the ring. You have to make sure you have the money, or you have a backup plan in case you don't make it. I heard Jim Ross say that once, and we don't have, even if we want to be in this for the rest of our adult lives until we choose to retire, in our older years or not, no matter how much we want to do, no matter how long we want to do this, we still need to go to college because it helps us understand more about life. And I've studied English composition, and I'm just telling you right now, English composition, especially if you want to write about the same business you are in as a fan, then you do need to study English composition, because it gives you a broader vocabulary when you have to write about when it's actually a part of your class. It's actually what you're studying is the English, and writing is the biggest part about English composition, because I majored in it, so I understand why that is so important. So you need a foundation, because foundation is everything in life. So you need a foundation in writing, the foundation in how to construct sentences, sentence structure, and everything like that. Some people just have a natural ability to talk, but the more you're educated, the better it is for you long term. So I plan on going to college online in the future when I can afford to go back, because at the moment I'm in college debt, so I have to pay it off, and I'm currently paying it off. So just thought I would share that part. And what I realized so important is okay, I love to look at, I was talking earlier about the what the interview definition what the interview definition of interview is on MW, and this is what it is. You got about 3 explanations right here. A formal consultation. This is